Thank you. And in a week that hasn't been particularly good, there was some news that caught our attention. Australia took its first brave steps towards the Olympics. In the National Swimming Championship, Daniel Kowalski failed in the 1,500 metres because he wasn't Kieran Perkins. The true champion was the second place getter because he managed to be Kieran Perkins much more successfully. Kieran admitted that he really was feeling the pressure before the fateful race, knowing that the whole of Australia was watching him. He thought about his childhood hero and he wondered, what would Greg Norman do in this situation? Still on sport, and a university in Iowa has found that a cattle food supplement helps build muscle in male athletes. And why stop with cattle food? I mean, why not feed them the ground-up brains and spinal cords of other athletes? I mean, when it comes to winning a gold medal, what's a few cases of mad hurdler's disease? And Andrew Ettinghausen, the rugby league player who once sued a magazine for publishing nude photographs of him, has been embarrassed again, this time by holding a protected freshwater cod on the cover of Modern Fishing. Authorities are also concerned about the size of the fish, but the magazine says it would have looked a lot bigger if it hadn't just been in the water, a principle Andrew understands only too well. Some sad news, too, when Paul Keating resigned from politics after 27 years. His new career will involve looking after Asian businessmen. Maybe he should become a bar girl in Singapore. In news very, very close to home, the ABC is under tremendous pressure to introduce advertising, mostly from the makers of support hose, incontinence pads and Bovril. Communications Minister Richard Alston says ads haven't compromised SBS. Oh, no? They just won their first Logie, didn't they? No one would be safe. We'd see bananas in Country Road, Mr. Squiggle drawing Ken Doan tea towels, Tim Shaw hosting Play School. There's a bear in there, but wait, there's more. And you can bet if the ABC starts showing advertising, all the best ads will be headhunted by the commercial stations. And that's good news. It's Good News Week. Welcome to Good News Week, the programme that fills that annoying hole on the ABC between 8 and 8:30. The Prime Minister of Team 1, a man who's had more than his hand on the Queen's back, Mikey Robbins. And joining Mikey, an actor who can do things on rollerblades you wouldn't believe, the angel of Summer Bay, Melissa George. And the journalist who gets paid to write about television, which is kind of pathetic when you think about it, Tony Squires. The leader of the opposition tonight, a souffle who will rise twice, Anthony ACKROYD. On Anthony's front bench, a Melbourne actor and comedian with the ingenious nickname of Gibbo, Lynda Gibson. And star of Beyond 2000, Denton, and the soon-to-be-released My Dinner with Barry Manilow, Amanda Keller. But enough of that. Round one. What's the story? Footage of some of this week's big news. Mikey, Melissa, and Tony. Have a look at your monitor and tell us the story, please.
That's the Royal Court of Justice.
Well, you can read.
Oh, yeah, that's, we know this.
The new house that,
Yes, that's
somebody built.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, yeah.
No, this would be the man tracking down Christopher Skase, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's after the Skase millions, and the nice villa that we saw, that's Skase's summer house. That's where he has the asthma attacks and just can't get on with things. And the other one's, that's his daughter-in-law's house in London.
Skase's daughter-in-law.
Skase's daughter-in-law, yeah, he rented one to hide the money with. And he's trying to find it because Skase has given the money to his family, which is a nice Christmas gift, really, as opposed to, a box of jams. Here's 10 million bucks. Thanks, Chris. Nice of you. And so he's having trouble getting the money out of Chris. Am I right?
You're right.
Jeez!
Impressive. Bankruptcy trustee Max Donnelly is in London trying to track down $10 million worth of assets that Skase allegedly moved overseas before his empire collapsed. Skase denies this and says he's so poor he can only fly failed business class, which is like business class except the oxygen mask drops from the ceiling as soon as you sit down. He's also denied making any money from the video game that he designed. I think you all know the one. You have to fight off powerless bankruptcy officials armed only with a ventilator. It's called Space Invaders. Thank you. Anthony, Lynda, and Amanda, your unique...
Invaders?
Don't even hassle me. I delivered that with strength and aplomb, I think.
Space Invaders! Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Wait a minute, space.
Space! God, he's good.
Don't forget, I have the power. Anthony, Lynda, and Amanda, your unique insights now into this story.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Oh, the new Speaker of the House?
Halverson.
Halverston?
Now, this is one of my favourite films, actually, Revenge of the Nerds. Now, this is the new speaker who is going to create a relaxed, comfortable parliament where there's no raised voices and there's no banging of benches. And the only sound is the sound of breaking promises.
You are right. Former Liberal Chief Whip Bob Halverson is the new Speaker of the House of Reps and has promised to lift the standard of behaviour of both parties. The Australian Parliament has been described as a circus, but in a circus, the animals, jugglers and clowns appear separately. In this country, they're all on the front bench. Now to the round we call Strange But True. 3 clues to a recent tale of the bizarre for each team. Mikey, Melissa and Tony, for you tonight,
Yep.
we have a pedestrian crossing. Right here.
Great. Thanks.
An iron bar.
Oh, you want that? Yep. Pass it on.
And a thank you card.
Public sex between Wilson Tuckey and Bronwyn Bishop. Well, that will explain the thank you card.
And for Anthony, Lynda and Amanda,
Yep.
Yeah.
a bingo card.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. K.D. Lang CD.
Great.
Is it a new one?
Mm.
Can I keep it?
Can I keep the bingo card?
And this sound effect.
What's that supposed to
Like
be?
a dressing room.
Angel having a baby on Home and Away.
How was that?
It was very painful.
Yeah? Just popped out, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just chatting.
But before you can say Kate Fisher, we're on to... Oh, really? We're into one-on-one. Tony and Amanda, your game in round 2 is tabloid roulette. 2 fake magazine headlines, 1 real one. Pick the headline that we didn't make up. Tony, for you. Palace gardener sacked after Corgi eats weed killer. Prince Philip named as other man in Fergie Andrew divorce. Royal love child bombshell. I'm the Queen's Aussie cousin.
Well, I'd love it to be number 2, but I'm kind of thinking it's in fact number 3. Am I allowed to consult with my brains trust here?
Yes, number 3.
Let's have a...
I'm looking at number 3.
Number 3 is right. Let's hear it for Tony. Royal love child bombshell. I'm the Queen's Aussie cousin. Barbara Chisholm says her father was born to an Australian woman who had a fling with Edward VIII in the 1920s. But Ed VIII isn't the only royal who liked to put it about. Over the years, illegitimate heirs to the throne have included 9 men, 7 women, 2 sheep and a vacuum cleaner. When asked why she hadn't come forward sooner, Barbara said it was because she felt so ashamed. I didn't want anyone to know I was related to them. Amanda, now for your trip through the tabloids. A trip I know you've taken before. Which one is real? Plastic surgery special, I want Naomi's bottom. Cindy Crawford's mole diagnosed as melanoma.
So did K.D. Lang.
And exclusive fat pics Kate Moss didn't want you to see.
No, I think lots of magazines have had win the plastic surgery of your choice lately. I think women are lining up for Naomi's bottom.
But I actually saw the article
Oh,
and
really?
saw the photo, and I think we
It's
can
a good
only...
bottom. Do you want that bottom? Yes. Line us up.
Only if it was white, though, because it'd look weird if it was brown.
The reverse of a bikini sort of tan mark. We're going number 1.
You'd look like a top deck, wouldn't you?
Well, you are right.
Yes. We know our Mags.
Plastic surgery special, I want Naomi's bottom. And who can blame anyone for that? But using celebrities as reference points for plastic surgery can be dangerous. Like the tragic mix-up where a woman found herself with Elle Macpherson's ear and Sly Stallone's breasts. Really?
Space invaders.
Cooking with oil. Second game is missing persons. Melissa, which notorious young Australian have we removed from this photograph?
Tom Cruise in Cocktail. He's
Notorious young Australian.
It's not you, is it?
Is it just a man that's been removed from this photo or something
I have
else?
no idea.
No idea?
Can I have a guess and win some points?
Yep.
Shane Paxton.
You are right, it is Shane Paxton.
Finger on the pulse, Billy.
Shane says employment hasn't changed his life that much. Now he makes up drinks instead of places that he applied for work. Well, we're rubbing it. Our second
Wait a
missing...
minute, do I get points or not?
Yeah, I've given you a point, which takes you on to 4 points, and the sad group over here to 3 points.
That's not so sad.
Oh, yeah, spontaneous applause. Thanks, guys.
Our second missing person is annoying the hell out of the Pope. Who is it? Any thoughts, Gibbo?
Here it is. It's the Pope and...
Is that a nose?
No, that's his hair and JFK.
Has the Pope got him in the Christmas hole?
Tick, 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 tick.
Ray Martin.
Come on, think about it, think about it.
Shane Paxton. Oh, that was the last one.
I think it's right after a bit of hair.
Shall we throw it open?
No.
No, it's Bill Clinton. Didn't he go and
Bill
meet
Clinton.
him?
Wrong. Do you want to have a go? Make up a point?
Alan Jones?
Wrong.
Jeff Kennett.
Wrong.
Philip Adams?
Anyone from the audience want to go at this one?
Here's Ackerman.
You're right, it's Mike Monroe. So we have 1 point going to the audience there. Mike wasn't lining up guests for the new Ray Martin special, Popular Pontiffs and Bonza Bishops. Oh, no, he was trying to expose this old Polish guy who lives off taxpayers' money, refuses to get a proper job and wears dresses. Bites is the last game in this round. Mikey, Cheryl Curnow is all
I've
yours.
been waiting years to hear that.
I think that any proposal to change it, of course, must be voted for by the Australian people.
Yes.
We're looking at the flag there, aren't we, Mike?
We're looking at either. Gee, how many Liberal Party policies have changed in the past week? I've lost count. Biting. It's probably the flag, or it could be the sale of Telstra team.
Is there a decision?
I would have thought it was the flag. The changing of the flag had to go to the public before they could change the flag, is my guess.
Fair enough. I'm going with Telstra.
Tony's right. And Mikey is wrong.
But that was a little diversionary tactic of ours.
But seeing you are the team captain, I think I should take your answer, shouldn't I?
Do what my family do. Ignore me.
Yeah. You should have got a point for the top deck gag anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's fair enough. We'll give you a point for that.
Thank you very much.
I set him up.
John Howard says he doesn't see the flag as the most important issue in Australia at the moment. But rest assured, he'll get to it as soon as he's brought back F.J. Holden's black and white television and taken the vote off the Aborigines. Anthony, a bite for you now from the lovely Bill Clinton.
I spent 2 days staying out of it. I'm not going to get into it here right before I leave town.
Is it Whitewater?
Oh, yes, it would be whitewater.
Rafting.
Yes, whitewater rafting.
Yes.
He was exhausted.
Yeah, that's my answer, yes.
Well, no, it's not. I'm sorry, you've made a mistake again.
It's the sale of Telstra?
Space invaders.
After the recent nuclear summit with Boris Yeltsin, Bill was sprung having a quick chat with Gennady Zyuganov, the communist leader who just might win the coming election. Doesn't hurt to cover your ass, does it? After the meeting, when Clinton joked that there were reds under his bed, most people thought he was talking about strawberry-flavoured condoms. If the communists do regain control in Russia, the poor will no longer be powerless. They will be given collective ownership of a potato in Irkutsk. At half-time on Good News Week, Mikey, Melissa and Tony are down the salt mines on 4 points. While Anthony, Lynda and Amanda queue for toilet paper on 4 points. Round 3 now, the Logie losing odd one out. Mikey, Melissa and Tony. Who's the black sheep in the family?
Oh!
Queensland politician Bob Catter.
You've just scared all the children.
Racing driver Dick Johnson.
There's a hair thing there.
Journalist P.P. McGuinness.
Oh, dear.
Trouble.
And presidential candidate Bob Dole.
That's Bob Dole proving he's still alive by moving.
Yes. Well, Bob Catter, PP, and Bob Dole are all noted humorists.
Yeah, but...
Call me naive, but I kind of figured there's
First dude, what's his name?
Bob Catter.
Bob Catter.
Yeah. He's got grey hair. Look at
The first dude, Paul.
It's been 50-odd years since Bob Catter's been called a dude. Without the word loony in front of it.
What's this guy's name? The
Bob
last
Dole.
one?
He's very big in America.
He's a black
apparently.
chick because he's got no. He's the only one that hasn't got grey hair.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think
that could be it.
Call me naive, but I think there could be a link between PP and Dick.
Yep, and P.P. McGuinness, Dick Johnson,
But I just feel like...
and actually, hang on, I've got Bob Catter's the odd one out because the news came out there was a Middle East country, I think it might have been Iran last week, where dole is actually, in their native tongue, is penis. True.
Thank you.
So Bob Catter's the only one without a phallic reference in his name.
You are right. Go wild. Absolutely wild. Yes, it is indeed a penis question. Dole is actually the Persian word for the male organ. Dick Johnson and Pee-Pee are words used more by the Western world, so Bob Catter is the odd one out because, well, he just is a penis. Iran confirmed that Bob Dole's name does mean penis and was banned from all media. The statement was made by the Communications Minister, Hassan Bumcrack El Funbags. Anthony, Lynda and Amanda, spot the oddball here if you can. Julian Clary.
Oh.
Barbara Carter.
Oh, pull back.
Is there a makeup thing happening?
Michael Jackson.
Oh.
And David Hasselhoff.
Oh, no. Is there some sort of makeup theme?
Well, one thing's
they're-
obvious. Like
well, three men.
Julian, Michael, and David were all born this century.
Well, maybe that 3 are men and 1's a woman and she's got the worst makeup. How humiliating.
There's certainly a makeup thing happening there.
Do you think it's a makeup thing or a hair thing?
Or a gender thing?
Is it an
Time's running out.
Is it an eye thing? Look at Barbara's eyes. She's put her finger in a PowerPoint. Forgotten that the plug goes in. And they make a cup of tea. Too much pink.
This photo was taken after her death, which...
She's dead. The odd one out.
Which sadly hasn't occurred yet.
makeup, I see.
Writer and
Well, Michael's the only one who can't get his makeup
off.
off.
Well, that's true. Permanent makeup. That could be something.
So, how do you feel about it?
Julian Clary is the nicest one.
He's the only one who's got good makeup.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the only one
okay.
who's
He's the odd one out.
Julian's the only one with good makeup.
You're right.
Can I point out here that ours required some political knowledge, whereas yours relies on Anthony's love of cross-dressing.
It's how you play the game.
Space Invaders?
Gets funnier.
It is Julian Clary. His makeup doesn't scare away children. Michael Jackson's use of makeup is purely to cover up skin blemishes. He thinks he has an unsightly blackhead. With just one round to go, Mikey, Melissa and Tony are looking gorgeous on a massive 6 points. While Anthony, Lynda and Amanda are happily squeezing their own pimples on a very similar 6 points. Neck and neck. So it's the final round now, and it's anyone's game. Mikey, Melissa and Tony, your clues at the start of the show were pedestrian crossing.
Yes.
Yep. Some lead piping and a thank you card. What is the strange but true story that these items tell?
Well, actually, it's an English story, English news story, with the help of my team here.
You know this, Mikey?
I know this one, but you guys are going to act it out.
Oh, no.
So I'm sick and tired of watching ACKROYD do it every week, so we're going to try to do some poor theatre. Now, Melissa, you'll play the driver. Okay, now you're driving along.
Male or female?
Male, I'm going to stretch your acting abilities.
G'day.
God, Logie nominee, you can tell why.
Yeah.
You got ripped off by Ray Martin.
I did, darling,
by the way.
yeah.
You should look.
Ray Martin's crossing the road.
I'll be Ray Martin.
Okay, now you be Ray Martin.
Okay.
Yes, on.
A man's driving along.
G'day.
And a bloke who's not Ray Martin, but gee, we wish it was Ray Martin, is a pedestrian. And you stop. Do stop acting. She's good. She's good. And the pedestrian walks across
Not so good.
and refuses to thank the driver.
Bloody hell.
The driver takes an iron pipe and beats Ray Martin to a bloody pulp. You can stop acting now, Melissa.
Thank you.
And that's pretty much what we think the story is.
Well, that worked as well as any of Anthony's, and it was right.
He didn't say thank you.
He didn't say thank you.
You need
He
to send that to me.
He wasn't polite.
Oh, that's a stretching.
It must have been quite a scene. I mean, a pedestrian lying on the ground with a broken cheekbone and a driver standing over him with an iron bar screaming, "Next time I let you cross the road, say thank you." To make matters worse, the paramedics wouldn't take him to hospital until he said, "Pretty please." Anthony, Lynda and Amanda, at the start of the show, you were given a bingo card, a KD Lang CD, and this noise.
It's a chook. I don't know what it is.
Obviously, someone
That
about
makes
to
it very
sneeze,
perverted.
isn't it?
Well, maybe these are some of the lesser-known items from the Kennedy auction. Because Jackie loved her bingo. Oh, she loved
That's not
it.
all she loved.
Exactly, that's the sound of her loving her bingo.
Legs 11. But a lady from Milwaukee, I believe.
Milwaukee?
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Excellent use of accent.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Yeah, it's not that good, is it? And she was at the bingo, we reckon.
Yeah, legs 11. Shut the gate, two fat ducks.
Are you going to answer the question? Or
We're building the atmosphere in the Milwaukee Bingo Hall.
Okay, we're in the bingo hall. Then what happens
Number
now?
65, your chips is ready.
There's an Australian there in the canteen.
And
This is longer than Pride and Prejudice.
And there's no spunk.
but there's less curls. And
She's playing bingo.
she's playing bingo, doing that.
When
and
suddenly,
a thing that was on the roof
big thing.
fell on her head.
Ow. Oh, sorry.
Smart.
Ow. Accent.
And
Jeepers.
yeah. Holy Toledo!
She wasn't making a noise, was she then?
No, because
That comes later.
that comes
Much later, I'm
later.
assuming.
She goes home thinking everything's fine, dum-de-dum-de-dum, but on the way, experiences spontaneous, multiple flights of joy without the aid of another human being. But the surprising thing is, if it was another human being, the heterosexual bingo-playing lady from Milwaukee is now suddenly on the other side of the fence,
As KD
Batting
is.
for the other team.
wearing comfortable shoes. Because of the hit on the head, and she wasn't happy about it.
So basically, she was playing bingo. She was hit on the head,
And turned into a lesbian.
turned into a lesbian, had enormous orgasms. End of story.
Just all day and all night.
Is that true?
That is completely true. It's true. 73-year-old Mary Vadev claims that a bingo-inflicted head injury has turned her into a lesbian and causes spontaneous orgasms which sometimes come in clusters. Mary says she doesn't mind being a lesbian with a heightened sexual drive. It's just that it keeps distracting everyone else from their bingo. The story is no surprise, really. I mean, who hasn't gone to a party, been hit with a couple of numbers, and not cared who they slept with? So after an extraordinarily exciting match, both teams have finished with 8 points. That is a dead heat. So we're going to throw it open to the audience. Everyone in the audience that believes Mikey's team should win tonight. Let's hear it for Melissa and Tony and Mikey. Those that believe that Anthony's team should win, let's hear it now for Amanda and Lynda Gibson. Thank you very much. I think the decision has been made. After Mikey has offered the audience about $100 between them, it is Mikey's team that wins.
Come on down!
So we say thank you and good night to Mikey,
Wait a minute,
Amanda,
Paul.
and
Wait
Tony.
a minute, Paul. Skace invaded.
That's a classic. Scottish bloody invite.
Oh, it's your show, Paul. Take it away.
It's been a very, very cruel evening. We say good night to Mikey, Melissa, and Tony. And we say good night to Anthony, Lynda, and Amanda. And we leave you with the good news that if the government does decide to bring in ads on the national broadcaster, it won't be your ABC any longer. It'll be more like this. Good night.